Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool talk is going to be another vetopropac video. Might even make it a vetopropac week. I got the DP3 in over there as well. And this is going to be a load out / load in video. So I just had a video for the TPLD. That's one of those new bags Veto just released. It's kind of the layout of the TPLC, but it's got that base and the footprint, not the same layout, but the same footprint as the SBLD, that free promotion bag that they have. And I was eventually going to get to a loadout probably of this, but Matt HMM, he said in the comments of that TPLD video, he was actually leaning towards maybe getting this bag, but he'd like to see some tools and stuff in it, and he runs similar tools as me, brand-wise and all those kinds of things. So I just decided, since the spring promotion is still going on, in case there's some of you on the fence with this one, I'm going to take this SBLD exactly how it is with my loadout, and I'm going to take the tools from here and just try to organize them over into this one. I'm not, this is just doing it as I go. I didn't plan out anything. I didn't think about it. I'm just going to take tools, move them over, see if there's tools left over that I can't fit in this in the TPLD that's in the SBLD already. Starting to get tongue twisted. But that's going to be the go behind this video. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the tools and describing them and all those things. This is just going to be moving tools, seeing how they fit, seeing what kind of room we got. That's what we're going to do with this. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So like I said, I haven't pre-thought about this. There's probably going to be places where I stick these tools in this bag where they would work out better. I'm just going to be doing this on the fly as I go, just intuitively what I think about how they should reach. So again, we're going to have the outside of this bag doesn't have a cover. We do on this bag. I'm going to go ahead and open it. Start with those bigger tools because I figure we need to stick the biggest ones in first and then go from there. That way we can fill in the spaces. And like I said, the back side of this, as far as these 4 slots and those 2, that's basically what you're getting here inside of the SBLD up here in the front. So you could technically probably just move these directly over. Like I could take the Vessel USB screwdriver, stick that in there, insulated multi by Klein, and then I also have my snap-on 9-inch pliers. These are those Talon grips. Now in there I would have it like this. I can still do that here if I want to, but one benefit to the TPLD is that you also have these side pockets here, and again you're gaining 1.5 inches. So if you've got the TPLC, same layout, but this is wider, you got an extra little bit more room in here. So I could take these and move them over here if I need to, and actually put them inside of a slot. So that's what I'm going to do for now, again, just to see how it goes. I got a pair of the 7 1/4 Cobras, and then also the pliers wrench. Again, I could do this, and normally this is what I would do, and we might end up still doing that, but I could also move those down in here and maybe put the handles down if I wanted to, like this, and have them in the front if I wanted to carry more stuff. And we may have to move stuff around, but again, a couple different options on that. I typically like to carry my pliers like this because then I know which ones are which and I just grab them out, but sometimes it does take up a little bit more room out of these. A pair of the twin grips. So we're going to go ahead and, again, I'm just going to kind of move these over just like I had them, just to see how it goes, and we might have to move stuff around. Knipex forged wire strippers. These I might go ahead and throw down over here, just because we'll see what kind of room we got left. And the only other thing I keep over in there is the blades for my Klein insulated multi. Of course, you've got these little slots here, but those are pretty shallow. They're more for small drivers. I actually personally don't even like these in the bag. I just assume they give me another short pocket that's like this or something, because there's not a lot really you can put in here, and then by the time you put stuff in there, if you have these full, you can't get to it, whatever it is. So with these, I'm going to just kind of tuck these in. Maybe you could even put them back in beside here inside that slot, but those actually fall down in there pretty far. That's not going to be fun to get out, so I'm not going to do that because I don't think that's pretty useful. So for now, I'm just going to stick them behind the screwdriver right there. We'll see how that goes. So that's everything that's in this section already in the bag. That's how much more front room I have, but again, I'm losing a lot of this back room on this SBLD, so that's kind of normal. Also have the insulated, or the tamper-proof Klein screwdriver. I don't know why I said insulated. And I want you to notice on the side of this bag, I prefer the side of the SBLD over this because this is just one big thing, versus over here I've got at least a few different pockets and things to separate tools. Because right now if I took all these and just moved them over here, they're all going to be going in the same pocket together. As I pull something out, you're going to have problems with stuff sliding over like this. So I prefer this. I much do prefer this over here. The Insulate 8-in-1 stubby, I'm going to move that out here on this outside, inside that Riley sheath, so that it stays doesn't go down so far, because this would be like the grab screwdriver in case I don't even want to open this, but I need a screwdriver. I can pull this out and use this one if I want to. Pretty good option with that. Non-contact voltage tester. So again, here's where you're getting into that I don't like these sides as much, because at least over here you do have two. I'm going to stick that in there. And then we also have, I've got this Vera ratcheting screwdriver. I could put that there if I wanted to. And again, I may not would even use these tools in a loadout in this bag. I'm just using them all so that you can get a comparison of size, what's left over. I got a little Reller mag mat I tuck up in here. Might as well move that over here. I did notice today that this is set up a little bit different, that you've got one big pocket and then two small ones, versus the SBLD is just one bigger pocket up here. Also got the protectors for the pliers wrench, the 7 1/4. I'm gonna put them kind of in the same place, and then that's all that's in here. So now this is completely empty. Got this whole side kind of empty. I'm gonna take the Pica pencil. I'm gonna go ahead and slide that down in here. That would probably stay in there because of that little hook on there. That's gonna probably stay in place and kind of push this stuff over. So now we got the chalk shot. I got the Railer mag mat. Also the stud ball. I'd probably put that kind of in a similar situation as before. So I normally just kind of was sticking that to whatever was metal. The Railer mag mat, tuck that down in this side. I also still been carrying the hollow nut driver set from Klein. We'll put those down inside of there as well. And I've been using that with the Railer mag mat. I pull them off, so if I'm going to use this, I normally just take these out, slide these off, and throw them in the bag and use this separate. But this, at least, even inside of this one, because this side over here is actually more like this side, this kept them all, at least kind of from moving around so much, inside of this pocket right here. And I also kept a longer bit driver. So that's all the stuff you would use with a drill. I also have the Baco 6-inch. I did move down to just having one adjustable wrench. I think in my loadout video for this, I had two stuff down in there. So I've got one wrench here. I guess we'll stick it. It's kind of a bigger head, so I still think that that's going to work out. Probably sticking up like this better, but you could possibly even just stick this down in the side. Let me see. It won't really fit inside of those small pouches right there very well. You can, but it doesn't fit well. But we'll put it there for now. Here's the Klein flip socket. I'm just going to throw all these things probably over in this general area, so I don't really like that as much as how I like it in here. The Woobin F5 little light here. I think you turn it on like that, so you throw that up in under a sink. This is going to be one of those things that I don't know that it's going to fit in here, because I think this is a little bit, seems bigger. Well, it does fit. Pretty tight though. It does fit though. And then I got the Mark Shot. Running out of room. Where am I going to put that thing? I guess I'll just stick it over in here for now. So in my opinion, so far it's not working out near as well. I think the SBLD is working out better, but again, I still got all this room. You're looking at, well, I could move some of this in there, but I've still got to remember I got a lot of other stuff in this bag. And again, I probably have this one overloaded, but at the same time, this pouch on the SBLD here, definitely bigger than that of the TPLD, but we'll see if we can fit this stuff up in here. So right now I've just got inside of there a few different bits. So I got a 1/4, 5/16, 8 and 10 millimeter. This one also has some bit slots. We'll slide those. I also have a small Klein and a that way in case I want to take one of those bigger ones and put it on a small one, and then a 1/4 inch adapter. Put those in there, even though I don't, actually I just remembered, yeah, down in here I do have the Makita 1/4 inch sockets. Those will be the same place in this one. I'm going to stick it down there in the bottom. Those are things I don't typically ever have to get out, but I just want them with me in case I need them. Stick them down in there to where they're underneath something. So that works out. Then I also have Railer ball end hex keys. So that's my kind of Allen wrench set. We'll throw that down in there. Also have the Icon 1/4 inch flex wrench. Now this is one of those things, because this is how I carried it in my TPLC. This will fit inside of these things here pretty well. That's one of the few things that I liked, at how it fit in there. Then I've got the metric flip socket, and then another bit holder here. And again, I definitely probably wouldn't have all these in there, but I'm putting them in there because I'm just trying to show you how much room one has versus the other. So that's everything side, everything middle, everything front. And now I've got this whole back section that I've got here. So I'll open this up. I got some gloves, some zip ties, small parts box, and a brush. So that's everything that's down inside of there. I've also got the Olight O clip up here. That could go kind of in the same place on this bag as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just clip it on that. A lot of redundant tools. Again, I haven't just weeded it out. I was already planning on taking some of these out of this, but again, I'm just showing you how they work versus one versus the other. And then you get into here, I've got my fluke meter, my test leads, and then my installation driver and heads. So again, the fluke meter could definitely go inside that slot there. That's kind of what that little pouch is for. It's a meter pouch. Or again, if you wanted to, you could, let's see what this does. If I move that there, I think that's going to be pretty tight. Yeah, you could do that, but that kind of tightens up all your pliers. I don't know that I like that as well. So I'm going to do that right there, still leave that like that. My test leads, let me go ahead and get them kind of straightened up a little bit. I have them wadded up in there pretty good. That's another thing that I like about this one. That's such a big pouch. I don't really have to be particular about putting these up like tight as all get out. Like I kind of just can wad them up. But in this bag, I think I'm going to have to probably pay a little bit more attention. And you do still have this little pouch up here. So that's probably where I would keep these, along with maybe like a couple wire nuts or something like that up in there. So that's probably something I would do. Installation driver, and this is going to be the thing that gets you, in my opinion. So hand tools wise, this is probably going to hold more hand tools, because again, look how much I still got this whole front section for hand tools. But what am I going to do with this? And now technically I could get rid of some tools on the side, and I could probably fit an M12 drill in here, I'm sure. So just to show you that, let me take all these out. If I wasn't carrying these, I could take this M12 Surge, slide it in the side. That's what I used to do on my TPLC, and that works out okay. So you can fit that kind of a driver in here, but again, I didn't take that out of there, so I'm not going to show you that. And then the only other option for me, in order to fit this, because again, I'm losing all this space right here on this bag, even though I'm gaining this, really your only option, in my opinion, would be if there's some way in which I can take out this Baco and probably remove this front pouch. Let's see if I can get in there and get the Velcro out. Open up this space down in here, and again, I still got my Makita sockets down in there at the bottom. If I open that up, let's see if this fits down in there. Yeah, so it will go inside of there. Let me see how it looks if I shut it. It will still shut. So that's the only way you're going to move these tools over into this one and make it work. And then I still have to find something to do with my Baco wrench, because I'm going to put this back over in here. So again, what am I going to do with this? You'd have to just throw it in there somewhere. So you're starting to get pretty cramped, in my opinion. So it's definitely not as friendly a bag if you're going to carry a drill. So that's, to me, the big change of it all. That's what you're learning with this, in my opinion. If you want to carry a drill, unless you're going to carry your Surge out here, or an M12 drill, or maybe some other 12-bolt drill, or unless it's going to be if it's going to be a tool bag where you're going to use like an electric screwdriver and you can get rid of this, you've got enough room for all the hand tools, no problem. But if you want to add something like this, which fit in here pretty easy, you're not going to be able to do that. And then on top of that, not only did I have that in there, the last things I've got to pull out of this bag or I kept the offset head and then also the right angle head, which if I didn't have them Makita sockets down in there, let's see what that does. See how that fits. I mean, but then again, I'm not going to want to pull my meter out of that. That's not going to be any good. So I don't think this bag is set up to put definitely something like this in it. In my opinion, I wouldn't even attempt it. So I wouldn't go that route. That's just something that's going to have to be lost on this bag. So again, we're going to go with putting those sockets back in there. You could put this parts box. I'm going to go ahead and plan on putting this back inside. Let's go ahead and just plan on using this. I'm going to say we're going to use this. We're going to put that down in there. All this stuff that I had in the back here and this, it should fit back here the same way inside of this, because I think it's pretty much exactly the same, except for I do have a couple of least slots back here, whereas this one is just one big opening. So again, we're going to put this brush. I'm going to put this parts box. I'm going to put my zip ties. And I'm going to put a pair of gloves. So there you go, guys. That's all the tools minus the installation driver. I don't see any good way to fit that along with all the hand tools. So that's going to be my personal opinion on this. There's no way you're going to fit the same amount of hand tools that you can fit in this bag and an installation driver, because I didn't put anything extra in here. But only thing I really have extra for slots are 2 slots right here. I probably got a little bit of room right here where I could put something down in there. And again, I might could organize this bag differently. This is just on a whim doing it, not thinking about it. There might be a different way to do it to make it work if I spent some more time. But to me, you got more room in this one, because that's a lot of extra right here that was in this, and you know, that's not in there. It definitely isn't just this small amount of space I've got left right here. So even though it's got the same base, I think the SBLD, maybe it's got a little bit more room overall in the thickness category whenever you put them side by side. One thing that I for sure like about the SBLD is this right here compared to this. If I flip it on this side, all these things are just in one pocket where I get to keep them all separated inside of this one. So again, Veto, I hope you come out with this bag and just take this thing, slide it down over top of this. I don't care if you even get rid of this part of it, make it Velcro right here. However you got to do it, I'd like to have that because I really like this bag. But I'm still going to end up using this one. It's still a good bag. It's just not a bag that you want to carry an installation driver in. You're going to have to weed out some tools, put you an M12 in the side. That's the only way, in my opinion, that you're going to be able to go about it. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Which bag do you prefer? Which one would work best for you in your line of work? Let me know that in the comments below, and I hope this is helpful in some way. Again, this one, you can still buy it and then get the DP3 for free, or you can buy a bigger bag and get this one for free and sell that to someone, or do whatever you want to do. But again, my goal behind this video wasn't to load this thing out perfectly. It was just to show you these tools were in this bag. Now they're in this bag. What's left over, what didn't fit in my opinion, how much room do you have left that you could put something else in there. That was the goal, so I hope I did that. But again, I hope it was helpful, hope it was useful. You guys stay safe, have a blessed day. See you on the next video.